Welcome to your 10-minute upper body workout. This workout is perfect if you're short on time but still wanting to get that movement in. Whether the baby's about to wake up, you're in between meetings, or even you're new to fitness, you're in the right spot. My name is Shaina, and let's go ahead and dive right in. We're gonna start with our warm-up, because again, we only got 10 minutes, and we're just gonna go into some chest openers. Right over left, left over right. Really squeezing those shoulder blades together when you open wide. I've also heard these referred to as come at me bros. So if you want to feel a little sassy today or whatever, you can really go at it and come at me bro, go a little bit more on that diagonal. Same thing. We got two more. Last one. Next movement that we're going to do, we're just going to do some arm circles. So you're going to take those arms all the way up and around. We're just going to go with this one direction. If your shoulders pop, it's perfectly normal. Mine just did. Last one this direction, we're going to switch it, go the other direction. Perfect. And go ahead and setting that intentional breath. In through the nose, out through the mouth, controlling that breath. We got one more. And perfect. What I want you to do is we're gonna come to the back of our mat. We're gonna go into an inchworm. So you're gonna hinge that booty back, walk it out into a plank, hold it for just a second, and then reverse the movement. Trying to make sure that those palms hit the ground first, because that's gonna protect those hands and make sure you don't get a cramp in your fingers. You're also trying to get those legs to stay as straight as possible. So you really kind of warm up that whole back body. We're gonna do one more right here. Reverse that movement. Come all the way up to standing. Roll those shoulders back and down. And let's get into it. We're gonna start with renegade rows. So I'm gonna get slightly smaller weights. I'm grabbing those 10-pound weights, and we're gonna come down to the ground. We're gonna go in that plank position, but make sure that your stance is a little wider than just a normal plank, because we don't wanna be rocking side to side. We're going in 3, 2, 1. Bring it up. You're gonna row up one arm, and then row to the other side. And we're breathing, focusing on keeping that hip and those back still and strong, bringing it up, controlling it back down. If it takes 3 seconds to get up there, make sure that it takes 3 seconds to come back down. Still remembering that breath, in through the nose, out through the mouth. If you need to, you can always roll one dumbbell if you only have one dumbbell. That works too. Or if it just doesn't feel good to balance on one side. Guys, we have less than 10 seconds left. Stay in it right here. Focus on that form, breathing through. If you have to drop to your knees, you do that same thing, and rest. All right, we're going pretty quick. We're going into skull crushers, all right? I switched out to 8s. We're laying all the way down, going to that glute bridge, and skull crusher. So what I want you to think of is it's only your elbows that are bending. All right, so you've got that movement. You can do one at a time if that feels better. You're still focusing on squeezing those glutes so that they're supporting you up. And it's kind of like there's a bar in between your elbows and you're bending those arms over it. All right, to give you another little visual, you're bending to either side of your face. I lost my dumbbell. Breathing through. We got less than 10. We got 3, 2, and rest. Nice job. All right, we're gonna go to chest presses. So I'm gonna go slightly heavier in my weights, and we're gonna try it out, all right? We're gonna come all the way down, roll up, we're gonna stay down, and we're just gonna chest press wide. So you bring those weights to either side of your body, gently touch the ground with those elbows, and then you push right back up. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Exhaling as you press those weights away from your body. Whew. I am still working on getting my 15s to feel like a good weight. So I'm definitely feeling them. So you should feel the weight, but you should also still be able to lift with good form. We got 3, 2, and rest. Nice job. All right, we're gonna go back to the beginning with those renegade rows. All right, so grab those weights. We're going again in 3, 2, 1. Lift up, row. So it might feel a little bit harder this time, and like I said, if you need to, you go into that diagonal, bringing those knees down to the ground, but still keeping that core engaged, all right? Don't let your core sag. You're exhaling as you bring that weight up, and it's kind of like you're aiming for that back pocket of your pants, all right? But your hips get in the way, all right? You can always try a couple on those toes, but really make sure you're not rocking those hips side to side. I want them still as you row up and down. We're already almost there. We got 3, 2, and rest. Nice job. All right, we're going back to those skull crushers. So again, grab those weights. We're rolling onto our back. We're going in 3, 2, 1. Lift those booties, and we're in it. All right, remember to breathe. It's 10 minutes, and those rest goes really fast. So take what you need. If you need to take it one at a time, you can do that. And just work on catching that breath. These might feel a little bit more cardio, like I said, because we have shorter rest, only like 10 seconds. But we're working those different muscles and breathing through. Remember those glutes, squeeze them up. We got less than 10. Oh, give me that deep breath. Release it. We got 3, 2, and rest. Nice job. Put those weights down. We're going to our final chest press. Grab those weights, then lay down on the ground. We're going in 3, 2, 1. Press up, down to the side. Whew. These 15s were really optimistic, but I'm going to try and stay in it as long as I can. But you can always take a second and switch out your weights, all right? There's nothing wrong with switching out weights to smaller or even going a little heavier, okay? We're trying to keep a steady pace, feeling that burn, and breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. We're already over halfway. We got 15 seconds left right here. Yes, I can. Just remember that. Every little bit counts. Every rep is important. We got 3, 2, and rest. Whew. All right, we're gonna go into our next movement, which is a tricep kickback, okay? So you're gonna grab 2 weights and we're gonna come up to that standing position. We're gonna hinge, row those weights in, and then I want you to go right, left, all right? We're going in 3, 2, 1. So right, bring it back in, left. So make sure there's a bend in your knees. You're not squatting, but you're hinging. So your back is still straight. And same thing with those skull crushers. You're bending at the elbows, all right? So press back and in. There we go. We got a little bit longer interval right here, but really breathe. We're breathing. Try and do 2 at a time. We got it. But if you need to stay with the right, you can also go right, left, left, right, left. Play with it, but still focus on that form. We got 3, 2, and rest. Okay, we're going into our final move. I'm gonna keep my 8s, but I'm gonna bring my 5s out just in case. We're going into swimmers. Have those palms facing towards you. We're going in 3, 2, 1. So you're gonna open all the way and then close it back. 8s are too optimistic for me today. So open up and then close it. So you're not going too high. You're going about chest height. It's like you're making a big circle, closing it back, and then reset that circle. There we go. Still using that breath. This is just hitting those shoulder blades in a different way because we're going out in front, to the side, and closing back. We're already over halfway. This is the final move, and then we're gonna stretch it out. So stay in it with me right here. Breathing through. You can always do 1 at a time. But again, you're focusing on that single movement. We got 3, 2, and rest. Way to go. Breathe. Let's go ahead and stretch it out. We're gonna do a little shoulder stretch. Take that right arm across our body. Breathe. You did it. You made it through. 10 minutes. Put that check mark in your day. I'm proud of you. I hope you're feeling proud of yourself too. Let's go ahead and take it into a little tricep stretch, pushing that arm down. If you're really flexible, you can grab on to your hand, or if you had a towel, you could do that. But also just pressing gently works too. Give me another deep breath right here. Let's do the shoulder stretch on the other side. I'm just doing a brief stretch right now because again, I'm trying to honor those 10 minutes. But if you do have an additional 5 minutes, I have an upper body stretch that goes perfectly with this workout. It's linked in the comments, so you can check that out. Let's go ahead and switch to the tricep stretch. And then I'd love to stay connected with you. So if you're interested, you can always subscribe. I'm releasing 10-minute workouts that fit into your busy schedule so that you feel good and get your movement in. So I'll see you next time and have a great day. Bye.